It should be a great one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go. Trail green. Green back.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown! Amari Cooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Taken at the goal line.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Chubb on first down, not going to go anywhere as he'll lose 3 on that one. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They toss it left side to Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. There he goes left side. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Back to throw here.
Throws right back to London, complete again. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
As we watch London get that first down, it seems almost unfair about what he can do on a field. Here's a guy who's 6'4", loves to play over the rim and dunk on defenders, and can work out the slot as well as outside the numbers. That's a big reason why he went 8th overall as the first receiver taken in a loaded class.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts,
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
and the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And that is incomplete here.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And a touchdown, Falcons!
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming on firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
Right, 97. Cut.
They'll drop to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a 2nd player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
They'll run with Patterson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. Here's Watson on the sneak, and this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. A wall of bodies there, nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
38. Slide through.
Looking to throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Here we go.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. The Falcons had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Back to throw again. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Hold the ball. Black shot. Field, black.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. on first down. He'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Second and 6. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Yellow, go! White.
They'll look to throw again. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Red cycle.
Back to throw. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends it. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon in charge.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Another completion right back to Patterson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Cordero Patterson from 13 yards out. And the Falcons take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. From the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd down and goal. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, Dee Ford that time, getting the sack. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Come on, back.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't...
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's now lost fumbles in back-to-back weeks, and of course... Last week's game, such a close affair.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Ritter's pass completes at Pitts.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
And cycle.
And now 3rd down and 6 to go. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end, Anthony Firkser. And some space here.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Blown check. Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Blown right.
Now back to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony Firkser from 8 yards out. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A throw there, but then
that's going to wind up incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the fourth quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Handoff running left, Patterson. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Brownsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
On 1st and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side, and that is incomplete.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. Straight ahead, Patterson. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
touchdown! Kyle Pitts, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Falcons have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Off of play action, it's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And now here's another interception. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz, 45 yards. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Down to the 42, second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. They brought the house that time with a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said, touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts from 19 yards away. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, had got his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. The final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high